welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. So today, guys, we'll do our live reaction with Rank to Copa America Matchday 2. And yeah, I'll be dropping my Matchday Group D review for you guys after the stream, and also Matchday 3 predictions. Man, so many videos. I've been like constantly making videos every single day. It's just so much, man. So much football going on, man. So much football. So
Yeah.
we're gonna keep. I don't know how many people are gonna join because it's pretty late for a lot of people. United States, obviously Europe. I don't expect if you're watching from Europe, man, shout out to you because this is incredibly late. Yeah, shout out to anyone watching Asia, Africa. Shout out to all my continents, man. All my continents. So
someone from Oceania. So
Oceania, yeah. So we're hopefully can get a good audience to turn out. I'm not sure how many people join because it is quite late, like I said. But yeah, we'll still do this anyway. We'll those of you that do join, welcome, guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button, guys. What you guys do is subscribe to Rank's channel, man. Subscribe to Rank's channel if you haven't already done so. Rank's been covering South American content. He's like the South American expert. I'm like your CONCACAF expert, and CONCACAF South America combining together for this tournament. So
exactly,
yeah. Any words from you, Rank, before we start the stream, before we start the matches?
Well, it's been a crazy match day too. I've covered some of the games in the lives in the watch-alongs, but I feel like I missed some incredible games that could have been insane watch-alongs as well. But yeah, it's been a crazy tournament, and look, we have a few teams already in the quarterfinals. We have a few teams already eliminated, and some that are still trying to see what is going to happen, if we're going to decide. Some that look more eliminated than others. That's what we're going to be discussing today because, man, there was a lot of drama in this match day.
Yeah, certainly, man, certainly. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me read some comments before we start. Yoser said USA. Yeah, we'll talk about that shameful performance. Hey, Rank, nice to see you again. Patrick Mealy says, somebody from Malaysia, Singapore tuning in. This is for you. Yeah, Pookie says so. And yeah, also remember, guys, the Asia World Cup qualifiers that also took place a few days ago. So that actually is a good segue to that. But anyways, let's talk about the Copa America, man. Let's start with the first game which got here is Peru 0, Canada 1. Rank, man, is Peru just cursed?
That is a good question because this game they play great. I gotta say, this game against Canada, we were really not expecting much from Peru coming into this tournament. And in the first game, they left a good image against Chile. In the end, it was a very cagey game and it was a draw. But in this one, I felt like they really, really deserved to take the lead. They had basically all of the chances in the first half. Canada looked dreadful. Their midfield couldn't keep up. Kone was having another poor performance. And I feel like Peru, had they had better finishers, it would have been a completely different game. And even in the second half, they started off pretty well. And then the moment happened, that Araujo red card that pretty much changed the game. Not saying it changed the game instantly, because even after the red card, Peru continued to create chances and continued to have the ball. They knew they needed a result from this game if they wanted to have any chances of progressing to the next round, or realistic chances at least, because they still have them. But after that, they were leaving themselves very, very much exposed, and Canada were able to capitalize in that one counter. Jonathan David finally showing up for the national team, scoring that nice goal. And yeah, Canada get their first ever win at a Copa America. And they put themselves in good position, because I think that their goalkeeper Copa had to make some great saves, especially on the last few minutes against Christian Cueva, who came off the bench. The fact that Christian Cueva is still playing for Peru is crazy. But it just shows how Peru don't really have any better attackers, and it really costed them in these two games where they created chances but they cannot finish them because of those poor finishers. But Crepeau is still a revelation for Canada in this tournament, as well as Schaffelborg, who coming off the bench made an instant impact, got that assist, and I think that he should start for Canada with how well he's playing. Great things looking for Canada, even without playing a great game. They got the massive win. And Peru, they're going to be very disappointed because they should have gotten more from this game.
Yeah, and yeah, you pretty much nailed everything I wanted to say. Although I don't know if you mentioned this, Peru could have gone down to 9. Peru could have got a red card in the first half.
Yeah.
So yeah, in some ways, maybe Peru is lucky that hey, you guys could have gone down to 9 men potentially. Which, oh, geez, that would have been disastrous. And yeah, for Peru, man, I feel so bad because they deserve to get something from this game, but this was reality of football. Crepu was amazing, and I'm sorry, and dude, if you have Bora on goal, I don't think Bora keeps a clean sheet. I'm sorry.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and Jesse Marsh, you have to commend him at halftime, making a triple change at halftime. That was a very brave decision. Because I feel like most managers,
it was like he realized that he was getting overrun by Peru. He needed something to change.
I know, but like it's still like to make that change when you're not in a losing position.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like most managers in that kind of position wouldn't do that. Like
so I guess so.
So you have to commend him for that, and yeah, I mean Canada's a set man, clinical on the counterattack and defensively pretty solid. Because I remember one of Canada's big issues, I think the World Cup and I think the qualifiers was that, especially the World Cup, defensively they're looking very shaky. Defensively they're looking very shaky whenever they did counterattacks. I don't know if you remember. So
yeah.
And for Peru, as I said, man, that's so sad because Peru do so well in Copa Americas. Like I think I forgot when was the last time Peru got groups in Copa America? I forgot the year exactly. I think you'd probably know. Remember?
Mike mentioned it. I believe it's 1995.
1995. Wow. And
it's been almost 30 years.
Wow. That's insane.
That is insane because Peru during all of those years, didn't qualify for the World Cup. So like except for 2018, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah, so Peru is a sad man. I don't know what to say with Peru. It's so sad. And for Canada, man, this is huge. Huge for Canada. Canada's actually making CONCACAF look good, unlike some teams, which we'll get onto later. But yeah, for Canada, as I said, man, how critical, how important of a win you think this is for Canada?
Oh, it's massive. It's massive. Like currently, they are sitting second in the group, and they hold their own fate. If they win their game against Chile, they are through to the quarterfinals, no matter what. If they draw, they qualify as long as Peru doesn't beat Argentina, which should be very, very difficult. Peru have a really tall task ahead of them. So even a draw in more instances is going to be enough for Canada to qualify. And the only result that sees them eliminated is if they lose. And we're going to get to that game on Matchday 3 because it's going to be very interesting because I feel like Chile, we're going to get to them, but they could do something against Canada. But yeah, Canada have the advantage that they qualify basically with 2 results, which is amazing for them.
Yeah, so congratulations to Canada. You guys get their first ever win in the Copa America, and for Peru, I think it might be Joe over for Peru.
It might be Joe over. Like first, they need to beat Argentina, no matter what. A draw is not going to be enough, so they have to win against us. We are going to be playing a B team in that game if they want to hold on to some hope, but they have to win, and then they need a few results to happen. They need the game between Canada and Chile to either be a draw or a 1-0 win from Chile. So like it's very complicated.
Yeah, and talking about this game, I think it's a good segue to this game. I'll let you start off first since your team.
So Argentina first half, very, very dominant. I don't think that Chile even registered a shot, like not even shot on target. I don't think that Chile had a shot in that first half.
Oh my jeez.
It was end-to-end dominance in a way that we hadn't seen from Argentina in a while in a competitive game. The defense rock solid, the midfield just all over the place for Chile. They couldn't keep up with the pressure, with the intensity, with the pressing. And in the end, what let us down once again was our finishing. We had we didn't have as many chances like in that game against Canada, but we still had some close calls. Messi had a shot from outside the box that just grazed the post. There was a chance for Julian Alvarez. You can see like in the map just how dominant Argentina were in the game. But it didn't translate into any goals. And the fact that the game was kept close allowed Chile to kind of get some confidence back. Claudio Bravo made some amazing saves. He was by far Chile's best player, which is crazy at the age of 41. But he was keeping Chile very much in the game. And in the second half, I feel like Chile kind of began growing into the game a bit. Osorio began getting more involved in the play. Echeverria had 2 shots, which were both saved by Emi Martinez. But besides that, they were not creating much danger whatsoever. Cuti Romero, once again, a masterclass performance, just like against Canada, man of the match, in my opinion. Lisandro Martinez also very solid. But again, Nico Gonzalez, who is a guy that I don't really rate, was having an amazing game, and he had a shot that hit the crossbar. It could have been very close with that opener. Messi was having fitness issues, like we saw. Now there are news coming out that he has like a discomfort in his abductor, so he was definitely not looking sharp on the game because of that injury. But in the end, it all came down to a set piece and super sub. Lautaro Martinez, who decided the game in the 88th minute. There was a offside appeal that VAR quickly resolved that it wasn't offside. You can see in the replay that Lo Celso is onside on that play, so everything legal there. And in the end, Chile put up a valiant defensive effort, but it wasn't enough. We were just too good on the day. But when we go up against better opposition, teams who can actually punish us, our finishing has to improve. That is the main thing, because our play in the midfield and in defense is perfect, but the attack needs to actually get the goals done. That is the main takeaway.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what you said. And I actually want to ask you this question. For Argentina, like, who do you want now to start for Argentina, Alvarez or Lautaro? Because that's like the big dilemma Lionel Scaloni has, because you have like 2 amazing strikers. But most national teams don't have that kind of quality. You're so lucky. You're so blessed.
It's like a good problem to have,
Of course.
We have 2 of the best strikers in the world in our same team, and Alvarez was the starter because of what he did at the World Cup. But the discussion was there already because Alvarez doesn't start for City, but meanwhile Lautaro is the best player for Inter. So like, who do you play based on form? And now at the Copa America with far fewer minutes, Lautaro is getting the goals. Also, Alvarez also got a goal in the game against Canada. So like, not to take anything away from him, he's also having a great tournament. But Lautaro is really on form, so you want to make the most out of that. The problem is that on the ball, I think that Lautaro is more dangerous than Alvarez, but off the ball, the work that Alvarez does, covering so much space with the pressing, with his link-up play, I feel like Alvarez is much more valuable to this team as a starter. So currently, I still think I would start Alvarez and keep Lautaro as a super sub off the bench option to get some goals. But if Lautaro keeps on having these performances, look, he's going to end up starting, because Scaloni, we know already, we saw it at the World Cup, that he doesn't have favorites. The ones who are playing better will play, and that is his philosophy. So if Lautaro keeps up putting these numbers, he's going to have to start.
Yeah. And then obviously that midfield, DePaul, McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, like, the midfield's crazy. Like, you're benching Paredes.
Yeah, we are benching invincible winner Palacios from Leverkusen.
Palacios, yeah. Well, invincible domestically.
Domestically.
Yeah.
Them you look
so. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting for the midfield. Like, what would you say is the ideal midfield for Argentina? In the like, you would want to see in the knockout, big pressure. Like, because we all know Argentina is like, for them, like, the real test is really the final itself,
Well,
So.
you say that. I think that the knockouts will be a test because
Yeah.
we saw in these games that Canada played a very competitive game against us. Chile played a very competitive game against us. I think that Canada played better against us than they did against Peru, and Chile also played better against us than they did against Peru.
No, I mean, you won't play like against a tournament favorite until like the final.
No. That is true. I agree. We won't be playing a tournament favorite. We don't face either Brazil, Colombia, or Uruguay until the final. But every game is going to be very difficult because every team wants to beat us, and the other teams also have quality. Ecuador, Venezuela are some teams that we may face. We may have a rematch against Chile or Canada, so that is going to be very interesting. But yeah, in those high pressure games, I think this is the ideal midfield. De Paul, McAllister, and Fernandez. I think this is the midfield that should start. De Paul is always going to start. He's that workhorse player, the work rate, pressing, and his technical ability is also amazing. McAllister, enough said, and Enzo Fernandez, just as a DM, even though he's not as defensive as Paredes, who is a natural DM, Enzo Fernandez just has those breakthrough passes, and it's just more dangerous to try and open up games. I think that McAllister is the one who isn't that cemented into the starting 11, so there is potential for someone else to slot in instead of McAllister. I think that Lo Celso probably has the most chance to get into the midfield instead of McAllister, but there's also potential for someone like Palacios, who has already made cameos, important cameos under Scaloni, so there is a debate on the midfield as well, but I think that these three are so far the best.
And what about the defense? Are you happy with that defense? Do you want to see that defense for the rest of the tournament?
Oh yeah, I'm so happy. I think that there were a lot of question marks when Otamendi was being benched for Lisandro Martinez. This is the first time that Lisandro has actually been starting for Argentina, not in a game, but in a tournament. And his partnership with Romero so far has looked fantastic. They are both putting amazing numbers. Romero looks so much more comfortable, which is insane because he already looked great with Otamendi by his side. But with Lisandro, it looks like they connect so much better. And yeah, this defense is just rock solid. We've kept 2 clean sheets so far, and against teams who, especially Canada, created some very good chances against us. And yeah, I think that as for the fullbacks, I think these are the starting fullbacks, Molina and Tagliafico. I think that Tagliafico is performing better than Acuña, and Molina has been performing better than Montiel, and also has had more playing time. So I think that this is the backline for sure.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think this is probably the ideal team. And for Chile, man, not really much to say. They were pretty much going defensive approach, and they were pretty much parking the bus and hoping they would get a draw. And yeah, for Chile, it just didn't really work out. But my thing with Chile is that even if you guys did play for a draw, you guys should have tried to at least go for a win, because Canada won earlier the day. You guys already knew the Canada result coming into this game. So, like, I don't know, because even if Chile did draw this game, they would still have to beat Canada the final match day. So exactly. I don't know. I don't really understand this Chile approach whatsoever. Do you agree?
Yeah, I didn't understand the Gareca approach. I think that he was trying to keep it low scoring and maybe see if he could find like a miracle goal in the second half. Maybe that was the reasoning, but it was very much just parking the bus and trying to survive, hold on to that result for dear life. And even if it was a draw, it wouldn't have been that good for Chile, like you were saying. They would have still needed to beat Canada in the final match day. But, Chile still hold onto their own fate. But if they want to beat Canada, they're going to have to play better than this. Now, Canada looked very shaky against Peru. So, Canada is a more than beatable team. If Chile played their best football, I think that Chile is going to win that game against Canada. But whether Chile will actually play to their full potential, I don't know. We're going to have to see.
Yeah, it's so difficult for this group. So, for this, because, you know what? Let's quickly just brief upon Matchday 3. Obviously, I'm not going to give my predictions here because I'll do my video, but I guess I could give my thoughts. I kind of pretty much agree with you, Rank, is that I don't know, because because Canada have shown more, but at the same time, Canada isn't perfect. Like, we could see their defense is very breachable if you have clinical players. That's the thing. But that's the issue, is that both Chile, I don't know who's more clinical, Chile or Peru. Neither of them scored a goal.
Neither of them have scored a goal. That is a very fair argument. I think that if you are Gareca, I mean, Gareca is also going to be suspended. That is something that we didn't mention, that both Gareca and Scaloni are going to be suspended for the next match day for delaying the restart of the game at halftime, which was absurd. I don't know what CONMEBOL is doing. But yeah, Gareca is not going to be, he's going to get to get the game plan and to make the starting 11, but he is not going to be able to in-game manage this game against Canada, this crucial game. I think that if you are Gareca, you have to drop Vargas and actually start Ben Brereton Diaz, who has made better cameos for Chile than Vargas so far. Vargas has been absolutely invisible. So I think that Brereton Diaz needs to start. And we need to see more from Alexis Sanchez, who so far has been having a disaster class of a Copa America as well. And hopefully Osorio more involved in the play as well.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So Rank, who you got, man? Who you got? Who do you have? Who do you favor more to advance a second place?
I will still I will remain loyal to my CONMEBOL brothers, even though I don't really like them, and I think that Chile is going to take this game and qualify. But I'm not 100% confident in that pick because, like you said, Chile are yet to score a goal and they need to score to win this game. So Canada could very well hold on to their result or even get a win in this game because, like you said, they've shown more so far. But I think that Chile is going to be a different test for them. But who knows? Maybe Grupo has another masterclass and they keep Chile at bay, and that's enough.
Yeah, we have a very interesting goalkeeper battle because both these goalkeepers have made incredible saves. So it's going to be very interesting to see which goalkeeper comes out on top. But yeah, like I said, I feel like it's going to be a close one. I'm still kind of on the fence. I will give you guys a spoiler though. My second place team is going to be either Canada or Chile. I'm not picking Peru. So
right, yeah.
And I already knew that. Yeah. I already knew that from the beginning. I already knew that Peru would finish bottom. So I already figured that probably happened. It most likely will probably happen. So yeah. Obviously, I'll root for Canada because you guys know I have a soft spot for Canada. So hopefully Canada pull through. At least one of my nations technically could pull through. So yeah, unlike the nation I'm living in. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, let's go read some of the comments and then we're gonna move on to the next next group. Who says sup? That red card. Yeah, that red card. Yosair says. Dinga says hi. Do you think that red card is fair? For me, it was definitely a red.
Oh, it almost amputated his leg. Obviously, it's a red card. No way.
I can't believe those people actually tried to defend this, Albert.
Yeah, but Albert is shameless to another level. It makes HH look objective. It doesn't make sense.
Dinga says hi. Thank you for joining, Dingas. I guess there's that penalty Messi gave to Lautaro ended up being in Lautaro esteem. Yes.
Bro, that may as well end up being a butterfly effect moment. A wordless friendly against Guatemala, Argentina get a penalty, and Messi, instead of star padding, says, Lautaro, you need confidence, take the penalty. He scores, and now he's on fire. It may be just a butterfly effect. It's crazy.
Because I think Alvarez should start. Because the teams who we expect to lose play better against teams that they're supposed to lose most of the time. So the knockouts will be the tough challenge for Argentina, indeed. I can't take any team lightly. Yep, he's right. I think Chile will beat Canada, but I think it'll be. I think I'll be rooting for the CONCACAF team. All right, fair enough, man. We got to get as many CONCACAF teams as possible in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm very much looking forward to this match, Chile versus Canada. That's going to take place tomorrow, by the way, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, very interesting. So, let's move to Group B now, man. Let's move to Group B.
We didn't mention it, but obviously all the Matchday 3 games of the same group take place at the same time. So there's no collision or something, obviously.
Yeah. Technically, that is implied, but I guess we should make it clear because, believe it or not, Rank, that actually did not happen in the Asian World Cup qualifiers. So
Jesus Christ.
That's actually, yeah. I don't want to talk about Asia here, so let's not get into that. But anyways, let's talk about this game. Ecuador 3, Jamaica 1. I'll start to say this right now. Ecuador were lucky. The scoreline is very unfair on Jamaica. This 3-1 is not a fair scoreline. Jamaica played well. But my issue with Jamaica is that why did they only play well in the second half? Why couldn't they have shown throughout the entire game? Like it just feels like for me that Jamaica, man, so sad because I feel like that penalty decision completely changed the second half of this game. I still believe if that penalty was given, we could have had a very different game. So I don't know, Rank. Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you agree with me. I don't know. Let's hear what you think.
No, I agree. Definitely. I'm probably on the other side of the spectrum. I don't think that either of those handballs is a penalty. I don't think neither of them is a penalty. The problem with that is that if you give the first penalty, then you have to give the second one. So I would have been better off if none of the penalties were given. But since you gave the first one to Ecuador, you have to give the second one to Jamaica. That is my stance on it. So yeah, in the first half, Ecuador started off really, really good. They had some clear chances. Kendry Páez had a very good opportunity to score early on, but he kind of wasted it. It was a poor first touch, and then the finish was a bit uncomfortable. But they made up for it because Hincapié tried to put in a cross, and it deflected off someone, and it ended up in the top corner somehow. It's one of the freakiest goals I've seen in a while, and Ecuador took the lead thanks to that. And just before halftime, they made it 2-0 with that penalty, which was a bit controversial. But yeah, Kendry Páez ended up scoring his first Copa America goal at the age of 17, which is insane. We're having like kind of a similar story with Lamine Yamal, so like it's in the Euros. So like a bit of parallels in that sense. But yeah, Ecuador were all over the place in that first half, and like deservedly they were up in the scoreboard. Maybe even 2-0 was fair with how well they were playing. But in the second half, they completely collapsed. Like, I don't know. I really think that judging by the interviews from the Ecuador players is that Felix Sanchez is telling them to go defensive in these games. Like the coach is telling them, guys, let's defend this result. We are doing great. And whenever Ecuador go defensive, they are very young kids. Most of these Ecuadorian players are still kids, and they don't have the character to defend those results. And look, Jamaica grew into the game. They put in a low cross from a corner. It was an awful cross, but the Ecuador defense was even more awful because nobody was able to clear it. And after a few deflections, Michael Antonio ends up scoring the first ever goal in Jamaican history in a Copa America. After 8 games, it only took 8 games for Jamaica to score a goal at a Copa America. It's insane. But like you said, there was a penalty appeal. And Jamaica were growing into the game. They were having more and more chances, and Ecuador didn't know how to respond. And yeah, they were a bit lucky that in the end they were able to kill off the game with a counter, Alex Minda scoring that one. But Ecuador could have easily dropped points against Jamaica here, and it would have been a disaster for them because then you're looking at a must-win game against Mexico in the final match day, and the situation is completely different. But they got the 3-1 win. And that goal by Minda, because we're going to see the table, the goal difference, what it's looking like, that goal by Minda is actually huge for Ecuador to get that plus goal difference. But yeah, it was very lucky from Ecuador because they played a fantastic first half and an awful second half. And Jamaica could have easily gotten a point from this.
Yeah, and Jamaica, man, defensively, man, very as good as they were in the second half, they were leaving themselves very much exposed defensively. So maybe so like as much as I don't agree, like I do feel like Ecuador deservedly won. I feel like I think they were the right team to win. I feel like 3-1 maybe shouldn't have been the score. Maybe like a 2-1 or a 3-2 or something. But yeah, it's hard to say because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you deserve or not. You have to.
Yeah, no, easily Jamaica could have gotten a point here easily.
Oh yeah, draw. And that, I kind of wish they kind of got a draw because then it makes Ecuador and Mexico very intense because both teams need to win. But, it is what it is. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I'm thinking if it ended in a draw, oh, man, Matchday 3 would have been more crazy. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, so for Jamaica, as I said, man, but this is what Jamaica do. They're the perennial underachievers in CONCACAF. They
Yeah,
always underachieve.
We didn't mention it, but with this result, Jamaica are eliminated from the tournament because obviously one of Ecuador or Mexico are going to get points and they cannot reach Venezuela anymore. So Jamaica is out of the Copa America already, which is pretty sad. They put up some good performances in their 2 games, but they still couldn't get a point. We'll see if they can get at least a point against Venezuela in the final match day, but it's looking rough. I feel like Jamaica, with the quality they have, look at Canada. Canada is performing so well with half the quality that Jamaica has. I feel like Jamaica has the potential to do better than this. Even though they put up good performances, they should be able to get results.
And Jamaica, this was a very kind group for you guys. Like, this was, you could have got a harder group. Was this like the best group Jamaica could have got?
I feel like Mexico were definitely the best Port 1 team they could have gotten. Well, I say that, and USA was in Port 1, but I don't know. After that, they could have gotten like Peru from Pot 2, and that would have been even easier. I still can't believe that Peru was in Pot 2 ahead of like Venezuela.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They got Ecuador, which was pretty rough. So it was like it could have been better, but I don't think that Jamaicans can ask for any better. Like, they dodged Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and Uruguay. Like, they cannot ask for more than that.
Yeah, you dodged the four favorites. So, yeah. So, yeah, for Jamaica, as I said, man, I think their next aim now is to see what they do the World Cup. Because I'm sorry, Jamaica have to make the World Cup. If they don't make the World Cup, it's a failure. Because I think, you know what? I think Jamaicans would rather get grouped in the Copa America and then make the World Cup, whereas go far in the Copa America and not making the World Cup.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
So, Jamaica, man, we'll let you guys off, but I'm not letting you guys off if you don't qualify for the World Cup. I'm not doing that. So,
no. Jamaica doesn't qualify for the World Cup. That's emergency stream stuff, because, like, who is their competition? Like, Canada, USA, and Mexico are already qualified. Who are you competing with?
Yeah, like El Salvador.
Yeah, no, if El Salvador makes the World Cup ahead of Jamaica, like that is an emergency stream immediately.
And yeah, I gotta get about Jamaica. I gotta invite all those Jamaican guys on the stream.
Yep.
Jamaica, man, the underachievers, man. The underachievers of CONCACAF. For me, they're CONCACAF's biggest underachievers in recent years. So I don't know if there's any other bigger underachievers than them.
Mexico?
Come on, that's still harsh.
No, that's not harsh. They have 120 million people. Come on.
No, but I feel like I'm trying to think of it. Like, Mexico is still good CONCACAF standards, to be fair.
True.
So
I'm saying that Mexico could be a superpower global-wise if you take into account the population.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I forgot to tell who's the starting striker for Argentina. Let me just quickly backtrack real quick. I feel like Lautaro maybe. Actually, it's tough. I feel like Lautaro might be better off the bench, though. I feel like he might be better as a super sub, honestly. I feel like Lautaro is better as a super sub than Alvarez, in my opinion. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So I think I would keep it as it is. Here we go. Group B. Copa better than Euros this year. Yo, what's up? Let's be. We all know Jamaica would get last. Yeah, I think most of us predicted Jamaica last. Although I did see some people predict them top 2 in the group. I won't mention the names here, but I did see someone actually do that. So, SW20 said they got to organize the tournament better next time. Who's gonna watch Colombia versus Costa Rica at 3 p.m. in the afternoon on a weekday in Phoenix?
The boys.
Oh man. But the thing is, like, when the time slots. Do you think the time slots are good for the Copa America? We have like 6 p.m., 9 p.m., and then 8 p.m. I think it was 3 time slots.
I think they are decent, but it's weird because the US is so big that it makes some of the times of the games a bit weird. Like, some of the games take place right in the afternoon, and it's so freaking hot there. We saw that in the Peru-Canada game where, like, a linesman got hit with a heat stroke and all collapse onto the pitch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, that was sad. Yeah, actually, you know what? I forgot to mention that in my review thing on the stream earlier.
The organization, I think, that has been pretty poor so far of the tournament. But
yeah, small so that make a big difference. 3 p.m. Phoenix time. Group C, CONCACAF team should be there in the quarters. We'll get a Group C in a bit. Ole, Panama. Well, geez, 8 games. Colombia versus Costa Rica is the East Coast at 6 p.m. I wish they got a draw too. Or Jamaica, the England, and CONCACAF.
Sir has a point. They have the Premier League players as well.
That is true. You know what, actually? And correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jamaica have the most Premier League players, right? Of any CONCACAF nation? Or am I wrong with saying this?
I think they do. At least now, especially because the US players also kind of left, right?
Yeah. I think Jamaica might have the most Premier League players.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, someone fact check them in the comments. Because
EPL
if that is true,
again.
if that is true, Sir might be onto something.
Yep.
Yeah, Jamaica. I don't think they've won a trophy either as well. So there's a good similarities. Do we expect them to get out of the group though? I think most people didn't, to be fair.
No, but get a point, man. Like,
yeah, Jamaica. Come up about it, lose the cash cows of USA, Mexico. Oh, they better qualify for the World Cup. Panama, Jamaica. Maybe Panama or Guatemala. Both Panama and Jamaica should qualify for the World Cup. Yeah. I'm actually interested, though. Jamaica, I'm pretty sure Jamaica have the most Premier League players. Because let's do a count real quick, then we'll get to the next game. Bobby Reed.
Antonio.
And Big Joe Antonio. I guess, do we still count Bailey?
I guess not. I guess we don't count Bailey, but they have Pinnock.
Pinnock's a 3.
And where is Gray playing currently? Because previously he was at Leicester, but I don't know where he's playing now.
Demarai Gray. Wait, was he not selected?
Wait, he was, yeah. Surely he played this game. I think he's under a different last name. Oh, he came off the bench.
Demarai Gray. Oh, El Etifak.
Oh, okay. No, he's not in the Premier League, but he was at Leicester.
Ex-Premier League player.
Ex-Premier League player.
Damn, I did not know. Demarai Gray plays in Saudi at 28. That's actually sad.
Yikes.
Anyways, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Jamaica have the most current and maybe ex-Premier League players. So you know what, USA might be onto something. All right. Okay, to be fair, Jamaica have Caribbean Cups, regional titles.
Shut up. Who did they beat? Cuba? Shut up.
Okay, it counts, but I give very small credit for that. It's kind of weird watching some of these games. The atmosphere feels like friendly matches. Yeah, it kind of does, to be fair. Gray plays in Saudi. I would say Guatemala the biggest Central American underachievers. Yeah, you could probably say they haven't qualified for the World Cup. So. Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about this game. Venezuela won, Mexico nil. Oh man. Rank, you must enjoy that watch along.
I really enjoyed that watch along. I got drunk with Vino Tinto. It was crazy. I gotta say, like, if I gotta be objective, the scoreline does not reflect the game at all.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. Mexico should have won.
I'm not saying that. Like, if one of the two teams deserved to win it, it was Mexico. I think that a draw was fair. A draw was fair. In the first half, it was pretty much all Mexico. I was commenting in the watch along that Venezuela looked scared. They looked very, very defensive, and Mexico was the one dominating possession and having most of the chances. Santi Jimenez had a really clear chance, and he almost missed the ball. He hit it that bad that he almost missed the ball in his finishing. It was, I don't want to be too harsh on Santi. I've already been super harsh on the guy, but it was the only chance that he got, and he should have done better than that. That was, if he hits it right, it's always a goal. So it was just very, very unfortunate. But yeah, Venezuela, besides that one chance that Rondon had that hit the post in the first half, they created absolutely nothing. Yeah, and I was saying at halftime that if Venezuela actually tried, they could potentially challenge Mexico. And then in the second half, Venezuela coming guns blazing. Soteldo finally gets involved in the game, starts driving forward, and this guy from Real Sociedad, Aramburu, the right back, is having a great game as well. The midfield starts coming alive with Martinez and Bello and these other players. Cáceres coming off the bench as well, changing the game because Savarino was having a bit of a disaster class. And Aramburu, this guy on his first start for Venezuela, wins a penalty that was sloppy defending from Quiñones. It's always a penalty. And Rondon scores the penalty, and Venezuela are up. But after that, after they took the lead, and they could have scored a second, but they kind of fell asleep at the wheel again. Mexico grew back into the game, and they got a penalty themselves. It's also a penalty. It's a clear handball.
That was
Orbelin, who came off the bench, goes to take the penalty, and he wastes it. And Romo makes a big save, turns himself into man of the match because on top of the penalty, he made a lot of key saves to keep Venezuela in the game, and Mexico lose. And it's tragic because they deserve to at least get a point. And if any of the two teams deserve to win, it was probably Mexico. But in this sport, it's not about deserving. Venezuela took their chance when in those few minutes of the second half that they dominated, and Mexico during the entire game, they had the ball, they had a few shots, but they weren't able to capitalize, not even on the penalty that they had. And that right-hand side from Mexico is just so poor, with Romo, with Sanchez, with Antuna. I have not seen Antuna put in a good cross yet. I've watched Mexico 2 games at this Copa America, and Antuna is yet to make a successful cross. I feel like the only player that I can rely upon from this Mexico team is Luis Chavez. Luis Chavez is like their only good player. The rest is like extremely mid. Even Arteaga scored a banger in the first game, still he's mid.
That's Alvarez good.
Edson Alvarez is good, and sadly he got injured, so Mexico are in a lot of trouble because now they have to beat Ecuador. The draw is not enough. And it's going to be a tall task because Ecuador, we may criticize them, their manager, PE teacher as well, but they are a very strong team. They are more talented than Mexico. And Mexico having to win with how they've been, it's going to be very hard.
And let me just tell you right now, Mexicans, Ecuador is a lot better than Venezuela. I know Venezuela won that game against Ecuador, but still, Ecuador is a better team overall. So, if you're struggling to score against Venezuela, I can imagine how hard it'll be against Ecuador. Because Ecuador's defense, say what you will, their defense is top-notch. Their defense is really solid.
Yep.
So, and with this result, by the way, Venezuela have qualified for the quarterfinals, and they're most likely going to top the group as well, which is a pretty commendable achievement.
Yes, Michael said this on his stream. Venezuela has never topped a Copa America group, ever. They have never topped one. So, I guess it's not that surprising because Venezuela have been the whipping boys of CONMEBOL for the longest time. And now, in the 2 most difficult games of the group, they got 6 points. They won them both. And now they only need a point against Jamaica in the final match day, and they'll be top of the group, which is crazy. It's insane.
Yeah. Absolutely insane achievement. And for Mexico, man, this game kind of reminded me of I think it was the Asian Cup game. I think it was like that Vietnam-Indonesia game where Indonesia weren't that great in the game, but they defended so well. And this is kind of how Venezuela did. I don't know if you watched that game, the Asian Cup, by the way, but it kind of reminds me of that game.
I watched the highlights of that,
Yeah. Do you understand the similarities I'm bringing up?
I understand the similarities, and just Vietnam in that case being wasteful. The same for Mexico in this one. Like, if you don't score your chances, you don't deserve to win. That is what it is.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting when you make the comparison because Indonesia, Venezuela are both on the rise in the respective confederations, and Mexico and Vietnam are declining in the respective confederations. So actually, I think that's actually a good comparison. Actually, matches it aligned.
Good analogy,
So, but for Venezuela, man, fantastic win for them. They have to improve more on the offensive end. Like I like this Venezuela team. They have some good players on the offensive end, but they have to show more. But I understand their game plan and their tactics. At the end of the day, you don't. It's not your job to please people. Your job is to win games, especially.
No. Like Venezuela, like the fact that they are getting results is amazing because they finally have a great goalkeeper. They have competent defenders in Ferraresi and Osorio. This guy Aramburu coming out of nowhere, even though he was at Real Sociedad, he's played an amazing game, man of the match. And yeah, then you have a very solid midfield with Ángel Herrera and Martinez, and people in the offense need to come up clutch. I agree. I feel like Rondon has been having a great Copa America with 2 goal involvements in the first game, and now with a goal from a penalty. Soteldo needs to be more involved, and the other winger, whether it's going to be Velio or someone else, needs to be more involved because, offensively, Venezuela still look a bit lackluster, to say the least, and they still need to figure out a way to close out games better because they suffered more than they should have in this game, and they need to they also need to start games better. They need to start and end games better. The middle part, it's great for Venezuela, but the end and the start, it's looking a bit shaky.
Yeah, and as for Mexico, man, I know they're my rivals, but let's be objective here. How do we save Mexico? Is there any way we can say? Is there any way what should Mexico do to tactically change anything, or is Joe over?
It's so hard. So hard because the problem with Mexico is who do you bring on? Like we're complaining about this 11 for Mexico, but this is what they got. Like
this is probably the best.
Off the bench, who's coming in? The only guy I can think of is Alexis Vega. Like, are you gonna bring on like Henry Martin? Henry Martin is not even called up, but like Reyes is gonna come in, like Orbelin. Nah, man, come on. Alexis Vega is the only one who I could probably consider to start in this team, but this is the best they got, and they gotta work with this and face Ecuador, and they gotta win. If Mexico only needed a draw, I could see something happen because Ecuador's attack is not great. But if they gotta win, it's so tough. Like I think that we're gonna have to see a Felix Sanchez disaster class and some of the Ecuadorian youngsters just getting too nervous because of the big stage occasion for Mexico to qualify, because by their own means, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, and Ecuador, and I'll say this right now, whichever coach loses that game, they're probably getting sacked. They're probably getting sacked.
Yeah, the Lamborghini is very close to crashing. Like it's sad.
So for Mexico, man, I think I agree with you, Rank. The players are just awful. We just have to be real. Most of the players are awful. Mm-hmm. Most of these this is the worst Mexico team you have seen in your lifetime?
Yes, easily. Like early 20. Obviously, I remember international football since 2010 World Cup, and even then, like they were taking names. They were in a group with the host South Africa, France, and Uruguay, and they progressed. Like they beat France, I'm pretty sure. Like
I think
France,
they did.
They beat France, who had made the World Cup final the previous World Cup in 2006. Like Mexico was already taking names. 2014 World Cup, like they finished fourth in CONCACAF qualifiers. That is disgraceful. They needed the playoffs to qualify to the World Cup. It was embarrassing. And at the World Cup, they drew Brazil, who were the host, and they beat Croatia, and they almost beat Netherlands in the round of 16. They played fantastic. They had players, they had bowlers, they had Rafa Marquez, they had Giovanni Dos Santos, they had Chicharito, they had Héctor Herrera, they had Guardado. Now there's no one. There's no one. They had Ochoa, who Ochoa for club was a joke, but for international, he was the best keeper in the world. But now there's no one. This team has no great individuals. Edson Alvarez, Santi Jimenez, they're great for club, but in this team, it doesn't click.
And I think Edson Alvarez shows up for the national team.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to see him have a good performance against the USA. That's the main thing.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I mean, for Mexico, man, I want to ask you this question: how do you think Mexico needs to get grouped for a change to happen, or you think nothing's going to change even if they get grouped?
I think that Mexico needs a whole revamp of their system, because the reason why these players are not getting developed, most of these players play in Liga MX. The reason why these players are not developing is because they are not allowed to go to Europe. They they are given such high wages for staying in Liga MX and just competing in their own country. Like, why would you leave to Europe if you're getting paid the same amount of money and you get to stay at home comfy? Like, why would you leave your country? So, like, this Liga MX system is just not allowing these players to develop well. The league is, it's very good, but it's profitable, but it's not doing anything for the development of local talent. And I think that Mexico, it's change needs to start at some point, but it's going to take a long time before young talent actually starts being exported to Europe so that they can develop and grow some more Mexican superstars. Because until then, like, nothing's going to change. It's going to take some time. It's not going to be just a change. So, we changed manager and it's going to be great. No, for the players, it's going to take time.
Yeah, and I think for Mexico, I think it's a learning process. I think them getting grouped to the Copa America might, maybe it's to be expected. Well, actually, I'm trying to rephrase. Maybe they need this as a wake-up call. Because and we're going to get to another country that maybe needs a wake-up call. We'll get to that country in a bit. But yeah, for Mexico, man, it's going to be bad for Mexico if they get grouped to the Copa America, especially after getting grouped to the World Cup. 2 major tournaments, back-to-back groups.
Yeah, and in this tournament, they are basically the home team.
They're basically the home team. So yeah. I know people are gonna bring up, they're officially not. We know they're officially not the host team, but there's a lot of. It almost feels like it's a home to them. So
Yeah.
So So rank, man, who you're backing for second place? Because I think it's pretty obvious which team you're going for.
I'm backing Ecuador every day of the week. I don't even know if they need to draw that game. Knowing Felix Sanchez, he's probably gonna play for the draw, which is the only thing that scares me. But even then, I feel like I don't trust Mexico whatsoever to get a win in that game. If they do, I'll be extremely surprised, and Ecuador are instantly inducted into fraud forever. Like it's.
Yeah. So at least Mexico scored a goal, unlike Chile and Peru. So
True. Golazo Arteaga.
So yeah. At least Mexico say they did better than Chile and Peru. Well, Peru so far at least. We'll see with Chile, I guess. But I think we should move, man. Let's read some comments and then we're gonna head out. We're gonna move to the next group, and I think I don't know if I can talk for the next group. So
let it out, let it all out,
Oh man. Because their size mainly true, Pookie. Mexico, bro. Him is a fraud. I gotta say it. Yeah, he is.
He's been on my fraud watch for a long time. Like I kept telling Michael, Michael picked for his ideal 11 Santi Jimenez as a striker, and I was like, this guy isn't good. And he didn't want to listen to me. So
people gas up that Gold Cup final goal so much. Yes. People really do.
Yes.
So, like, okay, it was a big moment. Gold Cup is big, but I'm sorry, Gold Cup is not that significant anymore. No, it's lost its prestige.
If the USA isn't sending their best team, if Canada isn't sending their best team, it's not the same.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oberlin's better waste it. This guy missed 2 sitters and added time. Roma deserved that save. Yeah, Roma's been amazing. Jimenez looking like a player that plays good for club and bad for country. Yeah. Pookie says, I'm talking 2 sitters and added time. Not going to even speak on Oberlin. Yeah, Oberlin, man. That guy, man. We're having an epidemic of PE teachers and football management. Yeah, it's actually really sad, Ray. We're having a lot of bum coaches at international football nowadays, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, the best jobs are in clubs, so I guess that's, yeah.
Book says, if Ecuador loses Mexico, I'll have to call them frauds. Oh, yeah, I'm going to call them frauds. If Ecuador loses Mexico, I'm never hyping Ecuador ever again, just so you know.
Yep.
Well, at least with the Felix Sanchez coach. Maybe with a different coach, maybe. But not with Felix Sanchez. So, 2013, they lost to Honduras Aztec in the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. I did not know this. That's actually crazy. That Mexican team only qualified for the 2040 World Cup because the United States is up, though. They did much better at the World Cup. No, but still, I still think finishing fourth is still bad in CONCACAF. For Mexico, it's still embarrassing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I believe USA actually did them a favor. So why couldn't you return the favor for us in the 2018 for us? Okay, but and it was I'm just being petty here. There, yeah. USA are the same team. Mexico right now doesn't have the relegation. Won't have nothing about it since it's not the United States. I've heard things about it, to be honest. Mexico are done. I gotta head out soon. All right, yeah, it's getting pretty late. We're gonna go through Group C now. Panama, USA.
Let it out. Let those thoughts out.
I forgot to end the poll for Group A. Most of you guys are going to Canada, though. I don't know where to begin with the United States. I'm going to say this right now. Panama is their first-year bogey team. It's very clear now. Anyone that doesn't believe that, you're just a moron. Because Panama got the better of us in the World Cup qualifiers. They got the better of us in the Gold Cup. They got the better of us in the World Cup, the Copa America. And people are using the previous two games that, we didn't play our best team. Yes, we didn't play our best team in those other two games. But we still lost. This one, though, is inexcusable. This is the best team we got, and we still lost. I spent so much of my day focused on this game. I took a half day off of work. I literally sacrificed my job hours. I literally sacrificed my money just to go for this game. I paid $40 for this game. And then I had to go with my dad. My dad wasted his time. I had to do a 3-hour drive. And then we had to pay for the gas and stuff like that for the car. And then we had to pay for parking, $20 for that. And then I was literally late for the game too because there was so much traffic at Atlanta. Guys, Atlanta traffic is crazy. I left my house at 1:35. It's 3 hours, and I still couldn't get there on time.
Listen, I don't want to get into the discussion, but whose idea was it to have a Copa America game and a presidential debate on the same city on the same day? I don't want to get into the debate, but whose idea was it to have those two events on the same city at the same time?
Let's ask Joe Biden that question.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, actually, speaking of rank, I want maybe we'll have a discussion about presidential debate on the second show, but let's focus on football here. Okay. But anyways, yeah. But anyways, getting back, and then I saw the USA score 5 minutes in. I was literally in the parking lot. I was like, let's go, we scored. And then only to see the goal disallowed. And then I got to the stadium, and then eventually I saw there was a huge moaning noise, huge angry uproar. And then I found, oh wait a minute, there's an uproar because of the red card on Timothy Weah. And I'm like, oh my god, that was such a stupid red. There was no reason to make that challenge. I don't know what it it would just make no sense. Did someone say something to Weah? I don't know. It almost felt like what Zidane did in 2006.
Yep. He lost his head.
I don't know. Timothy Weah, can you explain what provoked you and triggered you? If you have no explanation, if something triggered you, then tell us. Okay. Or if you did it just for nothing, then I have nothing. Put it this way. At least Zidane said that person insulted his, I think, mother, right? Or sister. I forgot something like that, right?
Sister, I think. It was his sister.
Yeah. Okay, as much as I don't agree with this reaction, at least it's you have an excuse. What's your excuse? What did he say to you?
Yeah.
Ray, do you think anything was said, or you just think it happened out of nowhere?
Probably. I saw that he got bumped by the player, trying to just knock you out of the game, get into your head, and Weah fell for it. If someone bothers you, just ignore them, bro. What's the reason to punch them in the face? It's so stupid.
And the thing is, if you do that outside of football, you're probably gonna get a ticket, or probably get sent to jail. Actually, probably for that matter. So
yeah,
this was definitely a red card. And then I was like, oh my geez, we might be finished. And then Balogun scored a goal out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck? I was like, hold up. Even down a man, we were somehow still doing it. And then Panama equalized. And then I was like, oh my god, really? I should have seen it coming. then USA kept pushing forward. We had some challenges, and guys, I'm gonna say this right now. I know a lot of people are gonna call me out for saying this. The referee was awful, and I'm not saying this because I'm salty or anything. The referee was awful. That was an awful referee. The amount of fouls that took place in the game, the amount of stoppages. I don't know, Rank. People might be saying this I'm salty because you're just saying this. You lost. No, like I feel like the referee was very bad. Do you agree?
Yeah, the ref was bad. I wouldn't say the ref was the reason the USA lost. But
no, I'm not saying we lost the game. I'm not saying we lost the game because of the ref.
No. I know. I just trying to make that clear that I don't think the ref was the reason you guys lost, but the ref didn't help at all.
Yeah, and apparently this is the same referee for that controversial game in the Nations League. I heard. So the Honduras-Mexico game. I'm not going to get into that game, but oh man. But anyways, I'm getting back to this game. Yeah, then USA, man, we were actually playing well the first half. We created some chances, but then the second half, I don't know what happened. USA completely lost their shape. We completely went to a second half, and we completely went defensive, and we had some chance of Balogun had some chances, and the biggest mistake USA did was not going defensive after taking the lead. Do you agree with me, Rank, that we went too offensive after taking the lead?
Yeah, I feel like you guys just needed to calm down, relax, and let the first half finish. Just try to hold on to as much possession as possible and not allow Panama many chances, and just let the first half finish and just have, with a clear mind and the 1-0 lead in your pocket, decide what's best for the second half. Because also you had to deal with a few injuries, which forced a few substitutions at half time. So like just trying to figure out what the right plan for the second half while being in the lead would have been very important for the USA.
Yeah, and in the second half, man, eventually Panama got the goal. USA were scrambling back to defend for their lives, putting everything on the line, and I just knew it was over. Especially when Pepe missed a chance. I was like, yeah. And then Chris Richards had the chance to level it, and then Panama, man, they committed so many fouls. But respect to Panama. They played well as a team. They did amazing. Like Thomas Christensen, for me, I'm going to say this right now. This might be a very unpopular opinion. He is the best coach in CONCACAF. He is the best coach. There's no other coach in CONCACAF that's better than him.
Better than
the competition
Mars?
Is. Well, Mars has only been there for 2 games, so I don't think it's really
true.
Yeah.
True.
So he's definitely better than Mexico's coach. He's definitely better than USA's coach. He's definitely better than Jamaica. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe Jamaica coach. I might. I'm looking for what you done Jamaica. I'm looking for what you done with Jamaica. Yeah. Okay, for Iceland, yes. For Iceland, yeah, I'd probably say yeah. If we're going by overall, then yeah, probably. Would you say?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at what you done with your CONCACAF team. But yeah, for the Panama, man, they played so well as a team. They're so well organized. They're so disciplined. And I knew Panama would do something. I knew Panama could do something. I mean, I saw the game against Uruguay. They played well. Second half. And people are saying like this is like a huge upset and everything like that. It is upset, but it's not like, I don't know how to put it. It's not like that huge of an upset, if that makes any sense, It's not like it's not like San Marino beating the United States. It's not like that level, I feel like people are treating like Panama like San Marino, which I think is extremely disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Do you agree, Mimi?
Yeah, no, I agree. Mainly, I was earlier today. I watched Sealand's reaction to this game, and bro, Sealand, I love the guy. Super funny, great FM content creator. He doesn't know football, man. Like he really doesn't. I love his FM stuff, but man, he said that the USA were the third best team at this tournament. And that they would top the group ahead of Uruguay. He said it here, and now in his reaction, he was saying Panama is a horrible team, and I don't agree with that. I simply don't agree. Like Panama has shown it time and time again that they are competitive, especially against the United States. Like you said, a bit of a bogey team, but they've been growing so much over the last few years. They were very close to making the 2022 World Cup, and they just imploded. If they hadn't imploded, they would have been in Qatar. But yeah, now they're looking very, very good, and there's a good chance that they will make the knockouts of this Copa America, which would be amazing for Panamanian football. It's not guaranteed. It's not as easy as it seems, but I think currently they have a better chance than the US. I think it's like 60-40 in my opinion, but it's dicey. You'll have to see.
The Panama got the goal at the end. Fajardo coming off the bench scoring the winner. The Kvaratskhelia, I don't know what he did there. That was such a cynical foul. Pulisic.
Bro, and, like he was trying to kill Pulisic. It was so bad. I don't know what Kvaratskhelia was thinking.
Kvaratskhelia, do you not see what Weah just did? Do you not see what Weah just did early in the game? Like I thought you should.
I was so mad because like not only could have costed Panama this game, you also have the next game to play, and you're also suspended for that now. So like it was so stupid.
So for Panama, as I said, man, they got the win, and USA cannot say we used our B team or this bullcrap excuse. Now I know people are gonna probably come up with the excuse that we lost this game because we were down to 10 men, but it still doesn't change the fact we still lost. You know. And even with 10, actually, I want to ask you this question, Rank. I heard a lot of USA fans say we should be winning this game, even down in man. Do you agree with that sentiment, or no? You don't agree with that?
I think definitely shouldn't be losing considering you're at home. But I wouldn't say like Panama is a good team. I don't know if it's mandatory. Like USA could have won this game, even being down a man. But I don't think it's like something that they should have done. Does that make sense?
Yeah. For me, I'm more mad at that we let the draw slip. That's my thing. Like as angry as I would have been with the draw, I was like, you know what? A draw is okay. You know, a draw is okay. You know, especially given the context and everything. But now a loss, it's really dicey. And now we're having to rely on other teams to do us a favor, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And the only way we could do this is if Bielsa is like a nice guy. If Bielsa is like nice and like has like good connections with the United States. And Rank's Argentina, so maybe Rank can help us out. Rank, can you tell Bielsa?
I'll check my contacts. You know what? Like one of I'm going to college, and one of my teachers wrote a book about Bielsa. So like he has interviews with him. So like I need to get in contact right now. It's gonna happen. I'll make it happen.
Wait, Rank, are you actually joking around or being serious?
No. I'm being serious. One of my teachers has made a book about Bielsa, and like he has interviews with him. So like,
yeah. And for United States, man, I'm gonna call it some individual players. I'm sorry, Cameron Carter-Vickers, you were terrible. And Anthony Robinson, I love you going forward. Attacking wise, you're amazing. Honestly, you're kind of giving me Trent vibes.
Bro, yeah, he's the new Trent. He's literally Trent. Oh my god.
Oh no. Yes, he's basically Trent. He's Trent Alexander-Arnold, just the left back edition instead.
Left back edition.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
I love you, Trent, going forward. Defensively, you're so terrible. Defensively, you're so bad. But the issue is we don't have anyone better than you at left back. You're so good offensively. It's almost kind of like a Marcelo as well in some ways too. You're just so good attacking wise. We can't bench you.
Yeah, I mean, bargain like the difference in quality between Marcelo and Aaron.
Actually, not to go. That's a pretty crazy comparison. Okay, let's just give it a Trent. I think Marcelo's a bit too disrespectful to Marcelo, but you get the point I'm trying to say. Like the guy is amazing. The guy is amazing going forward. Defensively, so trash. I gotta keep it real. Scally, I thought was great. Scally was great. Matt Turner, he got injured the first half, so maybe that could have hampered him the first half. I mean, that was a hard save to pull up, to be fair, to pull off. So I don't really blame him for that one. Do you rank?
Yeah, no, personally not.
Now people are saying the Horvath thing, maybe he could have done better because he did get his hands on it. So yeah, and then midfield wise, Reyna, man, Reyna's so underutilized. It's not Reyna's fault. It's Greg's fault. He's not getting the best out of Reyna. Then McKennie, I'm sorry, McKennie's having a stinker this Copa America.
You know how different that conversation would have been if his goal had stood, but that is an hypothetical universe.
Well, even if we had scored that goal, I don't really feel like I feel like his overall performance in midfield is still not really as good. I don't know. I just feel like he's been rusty. And then Pulisic. What do you think about Pulisic? I feel like Pulisic gave his all. I feel like he was one of the few players that tried everything he could.
Christian really tried. Christian was alongside Balogun the best player for the US on the day. I was really liking what I was seeing from Pulisic. I remember a play in the second half while the game was 1-1 where he kind of drew the attention of three players and he kind of dribbled past not dribbled past everyone, but kind of attracted them to a certain area, like did a turn and then slid a pass like for I believe it was Balogun and there was like no one inside. But it was such a good play from him, just liberating all that space for Balogun to be in a better position and putting in the perfect pass. Balogun then his shot went a bit wide, but Pulisic was really giving his all. He was always driving forward with the team, drawing those marks, those fouls. I feel like Pulisic really is stepping up this Copa America, but it may be all for nothing if they cannot do something against Uruguay, which is a bit sad.
Yeah, and then Balogun, probably his best game of the USA shirt. And I believe he got a standing ovation as well. Like, it was crazy. He got a standing ovation. That's just, and because before the tournament, I was like, Balogun, let's see what he does. Dude, the guy's been amazing for us in the Copa America. I feel like he's been so good. And so for the United States, man, for rank, man, because it's kind of a lose-lose situation if you think for the United States. Because even if we do advance the quarterfinals, we're probably gonna get smashed in the quarterfinals.
Listen, but at least you get that experience. You cannot get grouped. Like you think that if you advance and get smacked in the quarterfinals, Greg still stays, or it is?
And that's the thing. But the thing is, like, this U.S. mentality is so low. The mentality, like, if we're a serious nation, we wouldn't just accept just getting out of the group as a like that wouldn't because if we want our standards to increase and we want to challenge the World Cup, which we should, because this is, in my opinion, the most talented USA team of all time, right?
Yeah, I think
like from position to position. Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of individual players, yeah.
Yeah. So for the United States, man, but the thing is, getting grouped is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It doesn't even meet the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
But this federation, I don't know. I don't trust this federation because even if we get grouped, I feel like everything will be forgiven. They'll say, okay, you know what? It was just a warm up to see what we do in the World Cup. And then if it happens World Cup, he's definitely getting sacked. There's no way he's staying in the World.
But at that point, it's too late. Like, you're not hosting another World Cup for like 20 years, maybe more.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what the USA Federation will do. Now, do I agree with that? Absolutely not. But I know this federation is very, very much. This federation acts very weird. Like, this federation has low standards. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, do you agree with me, Rank, that this federation, even if we get grouped, they'll act like, oh, it's okay, it's not a big deal,
Well, I don't know the US Federation that from the inside. Like, I know that they are a mess, just the whole situation with the Reynas and with Greg getting sacked and they're getting rehired, and how Greg got hired in the first place because he met somebody in the federation like that. That is already a mess. But I know that it's a mess, but I kind of hope that if he gets grouped, like, that is such a new law for the US that they actually have to do something about it, or else, like, I don't know. I hope that it's enough for them to move something, because you're hosting a World Cup in 2 years. Time is already running very, very low. Like, change should have come way sooner. Like, the Copa America was the test for the World Cup, the competitive test. And now you only will have until 2026, you have Nations League and friendlies. You have nothing else.
Technically there is a Gold Cup, but this Gold Cup is gonna be a bit weird. Wait, Rank, and hear me out. This Gold Cup is gonna have nations of other confederations.
I can't, man. I can't. Listen, I hope the US improves, because I feel like World Cups are better when the host nation does well, or one of the host nations in this case. the main host nation. So I really hope that the US improves because this crop of players deserves it. And yeah, it's just sad to see the state they're in currently.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, because the thing with the United States is that my issue is that if we get grouped, I can't, like, it should be obvious Berhalter to get sacked, but knowing this federation, it wouldn't be obvious. They won't do it that quickly. They'll take at least a few weeks, which would be mind-boggling to me. Like, how would you take a few weeks to do that when it should be obvious? I don't know. But at the same time, I don't want to risk getting grouped though. Like that's another problem, is that I've seen with the USA fans that they're so against Berhalter to the point that they're willing to intentionally sacrifice tournaments just for us to get. Just I like that. Like, that's another problem. Like, I don't want to do that. So it's kind of this kind of was going back earlier. It's kind of like a lose-lose situation. Like, even if we get to the quarterfinals, we're probably going to get smashed in the quarterfinals. Like that's a sad thing. But if we get grouped, like I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know, man. It's just so hard to see. It's so difficult. I don't know what to go with then. For United States, man, everyone has to be blamed for this loss. It's not just on Weah. It's not just on Berhalter. It's on the players. It's everyone. U.S. Federation also as well has to get blamed as well. So for the USA, man, a rank match. So give me a tactical breakdown on how we can beat Uruguay Matchday 3.
So listen up. You go over to Ronald Araujo and listen. Can we get a wig for Balogun, and like we disguise him as Barcola, and we get Araujo sent off. And bro, I don't know. Uruguay has been playing great. We'll get to them in the next game. I think that if they take this game seriously, there's no chance. I feel like the hope has to rely on Uruguay not taking this game seriously, because they are already qualified and most likely in first place. But I feel like knowing Bielsa, he's not a guy who takes games lightly. Like, he's a very competitive guy, and he likes his teams to remain winning. So I think that maybe he doesn't play his best players, but he's still going to go for the game for sure. They are not going to take it lightly just because they're already qualified. I feel like the US is just going to have to play a superb, perfect game with the players that you guys have. You definitely have the quality to potentially get a goal or two, and then it's about defending with your life. But it's going to be extremely difficult with how intense this Uruguay team is looking.
Yeah, and we're gonna have
Yosor may be into something. Like maybe Yosor was into something. We get to that comment.
Oh my god. I don't know how I'd live through it, man. If USA gets grouped, I might. I don't know how I'd react to that, because that will be such a huge low for me and for the United States. Like, I'm really contemplating taking a sabbatical if that happens. I'm really contemplating if that happens. So, Rankman, give me some advice. What should I do if that? What should I do? Should I take a sabbatical, or like, what should I do? Because I would be so devastated. I would be so ashamed to wear my USA kit. If my USA kit, I would look such a fool. Like,
listen, no. You're not a fool for loving your national team, and the fact that your national team is bad because the people running it are a mess. Like that is not your fault. And if you're like a true content creator, a true YouTuber, this is a great opportunity, because people love to come see people who are doing bad rant about stuff. So like, you need to come here and be angry, show some tears, and that is gonna go viral. Like that's always how it works. Why do you think Mal Gorbridge became popular? It was not because Man United were winning; it's because Man United were losing, and he was screaming at the screen. Like that is the
AFTV.
AFTV. It's not because Arsenal were winning anything. It's because they are mad that Arsenal is losing. Like, that's why they go viral. Like, you need to make turn this an opportunity. Turn this bad situation into an opportunity. Make your business from this one.
But what'd be so crazy for CONCACAF? Like, imagine like USA, Mexico getting grouped, and then having like Costa Rica and like Panama advancing.
Bro, if Costa Rica advances to a knockouts, I'll go crazy because that means that Brazil got grouped. So, like that's
Oh my geez, that like you see, this is why coming back. Imagine all three CONCACAF host nations getting grouped in the Copa America. If that happens,
yeah,
we just remove our right to host the World Cup. Just
Panama, the only lone survivor. Like it's crazy.
But yeah, for United States, man, I don't know, man. We just have to hope that we also play as B team. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of giving me, this group is kind of in some ways kind of giving me Bayern Barca flashbacks when we needed to get a result against Bayern, and Uruguay's like Bayern, and Barca, I guess, like USA. Oh my god. But then but at least you have a Europa League. Here, there's no Europa League, so.
True.
Oh man, Rank. I don't know, man. Can you? Maybe we need to talk to. I need to talk to Bolivia as well, maybe.
Potentially, if they could get a point off of Panama, that would be insane. Do you a huge favor.
Okay, let's just talk about this stat padding session. Not really much to say, but Uruguay absolutely demolished Bolivia. And Rank, am I crazy to say that this Uruguay team, the only issue is the striker?
I mean, yeah, you may not be wrong about that, because if Nunez was prime Suarez, I don't know who is stopping this Uruguay team. So like Nunez should have had a hat-trick this game, and it was a bit disappointing. Getting a goal is great, but it should have been a lot more with the chances that he had. Because Bolivia are god awful. They are doing nothing this Copa America. They are doing even worse than I expected. I expected them to at least be a bit more competitive in the games. I knew they were going to lose all the games, but a bit more competitive. No, not even that. De La Cruz came back into the starting 11 and he cooked. Pelistri is still doing great. Maxi Araujo, who was the other winger, who was I was very skeptical about, is also performing very, very well. Everything on Uruguay looks amazing. Obviously, they haven't played the toughest opposition yet. Against Panama, they kind of got tested in that second half, but in the first half, Panama were awful. So, I still want to see Uruguay play like a really good team, but so far they are looking like, if not the favorite, definitely one of the favorites to win the Copa America. They are destroying everyone. They are so intense. They press so high up the pitch. They recover the ball so quickly. They play such fast, fluid football. It's beautiful to watch, and they get so many chances. And yeah, most of them against Bolivia are going in because the guys cannot defend. They are so gullible. They are so plain and so like, I don't know what other words to describe bad, but yeah, it's just it was a star padding session. There was not much to say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for Uruguay, as I said, man, that midfield is crazy. Uruguay, De La Cruz, De Rascata, Valverde, Bentancur. Who am I missing that midfield? It's 5 players in midfield. Is there anyone missing? Oliveira. Oliveira's also midfielder too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
God. Dang. They didn't even play Jose Maria Jimenez, man. They could afford Sebastian Cáceres as well. Wow. They could afford to bench these guys. Dang. Varela as well. Oh, my jeez. Uruguay's too good, man. Uruguay's too good. Now, I know people tell me, oh, it's just Bolivia, man. What? Come on. It doesn't change the fact of how good Uruguay is.
No. Like, this is what they needed to do. Like, the fact that it's Bolivia, it's a really bad team. You're gonna win even if you don't try. But the fact that they destroy them, like that's the thing. Like, because I know that Bolivia may be bad, but beating a team 5-0, no matter how bad they are, it's not easy. Like, you still have to score so many chances, and you have to have that drive to keep going after some time. So like,
and look at this. Tough. 4 saves, 5 goals conceded. 9. They could have scored. They almost scored 10 goals.
I feel so bad for Vizcarra. Like, he has the toughest job in the world. Like, against the USA, he kept you guys at bay very well. Like, the USA had many chances to make it 3-0, and Vizcarra was making a lot of good saves. This game, like, what can you do? Poor guy.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the group, man. the standings. And you're right. You actually just brought up a good point. I completely forgot to mention it. The fact that we scored 2 goals against Bolivia might actually come back and bite us.
Might. For now, you have a better goal difference than Panama. So the equation is simple. If you match Panama's result, you will advance. The problem with that is that Panama is playing Bolivia and you're playing Uruguay. So if Panama beats Bolivia, that means you have to beat Uruguay. That's the complicated part. If Panama gets a draw, you have to get a draw against Uruguay. And if Panama loses, you're chill. Like that is pretty much the equation.
And about something but my issue with Panama is that as good as they are, they're not very clinical in front of goal. That gives me some hope.
That could give me some hope that maybe if Panama gets a draw, you still have to get a draw against Uruguay, but that is more doable. I think that's.
But my thing is that for Uruguay is that Bielsa, man, is he going to be nice or is he going to be brutal or is he going to be cutthroat? That's the thing. Like what do you think?
It's going to be a mix because he's not going to play all the starters. I feel like it's either going to be a B team or a mix of a A and B team.
Oh, yeah.
But he's still going to want to win the game. Like,
he's
not going to be Mr. Nice Guy just because he's being strategic about it. He's going to rest his players for the quarterfinals, but he's also going to want to win the game. So, like, it's a bit of both.
Man, that Monday night. Rank, are you going to watch along for this game?
Obviously, yeah.
I might watch the game on myself. We'll see, yes. I suppose. I don't know. I'm scared for that game. I'm really scared because my life might be on the line for that game. So
no, don't say that. Don't say that.
Okay, well, let me just say this: the seriousness of this federation is on the line. So, man, that Monday. But if we somehow pull this off, it'd be a miracle. You know what? I'll say this right now. But also another scary thing I just realized. If USA wins against Uruguay, they're probably going to give out a contract lifetime extension. So that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know, Rank. Like, what should I hope for? Like, get our coach sacked, or hope we somehow do it? Like I'm not sure what to pick. I'm split here, man.
Yeah, I know.
But I think it's obvious that we have to hope that we win this. Like, and we have, like, as the saying goes, we have to win in spite of our coach.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Rank. So, which tier country you got advancing second for this one?
Listen, I would have some hope if Bolivia had been more competitive, but with how Bolivia have been playing, I feel like Panama is going to win, and I don't see how USA win against Uruguay, so I have Panama advancing.
All right, that's fair. Let's read quickly comments today. We're an hour 27 minutes. Jeez, we got to wrap up this soon. Kind of getting tired. Where are we? Well, the Group D, to be fair, it was pretty easy. We don't have a lot to say. The Group D is pretty much a stat padding session, both games. So, that Uruguay Colombia semifinal going to hit like Timothy Weah. Oh no, dude, I need that as a semi. I want a semifinal will be in crazy. Uruguay Colombia semi.
Well, if both top the group, that is where we're heading. So yeah.
Who said? Scratch my. I didn't expect something like that from him, man. Yeah, George Weah, man. You got George Weah. Can you? I don't know, George Weah, man. Why do you? Man, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna get that stuff. They try to say he didn't mean it. Okay, I don't know what you mean by you don't mean it. That doesn't make any sense. That goal was epic. Turner also hurt his back. Yep, I hate Ivan Barton. He screwed over Honduras, screwed over USA. Oh, man. Jeez. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to see this ref again. Hopefully this ref is not refereeing the Uruguay game. Jamaica coach is all right. March too early. Christensen probably the best coach in Congo. None of these fouls were red card apart from the Carrasco foul. The ref was kind of bad. Indeed. Left back. DLC. What? Whoa! He is a once in a lifetime player.
Jeez.
Yeah, Rank, as a fellow Liverpool fan, is Trent Alexander-Arnold a lifetime right? Is he a generational talent?
Yeah, I've never seen a player like him, honestly. Like there's one of a kind, truly.
U.S. Federation hits moves different. Well, gotta hope Uruguay plays a B team. I gotta hope so too. Uruguay, please, man. We will. I please, Uruguay. There's nothing to play for. Okay, you guys already topped the group. Well, not officially, but almost mathematically.
Yeah.
So. Come on, Rank. You gotta help me out, man. As an Argentinian, you gotta help me out. You know,
get those contacts going.
Put a Liverpool kit, Nunes, and a Barca kit around. Tell me else is a final.
Yo, he's onto something. Honestly,
that's it. You know, I just realized USA have to play that game as if it's a Copa, as if it's a World Cup final. We have to play it's a World Cup final. That's it.
Yeah, genius.
Patrick would say, if Mexico loses to Ecuador, Mexico would be a clown fraud. Patrick, we got to focus on ourselves. So USA would be a fraud too if we don't get out. Yeah, but that would be crazy, man. USA and Mexico both getting grouped. When was the last time both countries got grouped? That's actually a good question.
I am not sure. In Copa America, I don't know if that ever happened.
Yeah, and guys, I saw this superstition thing. I don't know if you guys saw this. USA made group stage, then semifinals, then group stage. There's like this pattern.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, yeah. Tell Bolivia they're playing a La Paz. Oh, so and Nunes should have got back-to-back hat tricks. Oh man, Bolivia, I know business playing the Copa America. Ah, come on, you gotta all South American teams qualify, man.
Yeah,
the CONCACAF teams too. Yeah, well, duh. Now I know what you mean. Bolivia are one of the on the same level El Salvador. Panama should be Bolivia.
Yeah,
as good as Vinny. Okay, we're gonna talk about Group D, man. Good thing it's a good thing Kool-Aid came because we got through the sob story. So now we can go talk about Group D, man. Group D, final group, man. It's again an hour and 31 minutes. Jeez, I'm getting tired. Let's wrap this up quickly. So, Rank, man, talk me through about this this Colombia team.
This Colombia team is something else. They are amazing. You know, the first half, it was pretty slow because Colombia, yes, they had the possession, but they were moving the ball like very slowly around the pitch. It was a bit lethargic, and it seemed like at times they didn't know what to do with the ball. They were having great chances in the first half, and they were having trouble finishing it, but it's not like they were completely obliterating Costa Rica, and it seemed like we were bound for a repeat of what happened with Costa Rica on Matchday 1. It reminded me a lot of the Costa Rica against Brazil game, where one team is like dominating but not doing much, and Costa Rica is just holding on. Sadly, came the penalty situation. It was a bit of a clumsy mistake, and Luis Diaz is able to get his goal through the penalty. And after that, it seemed like something ignited inside of Venezuela. And even though the play was mostly still the same, they started taking a bit more speed. And, you know, they were taking it a bit easy on Costa Rica at times at the second half, but they really made it work. Those 2 goals, they made 2 goals there during the second half. One with a header from Davinson Sanchez, and one with great assist from James Rodriguez for John Cordova to face the keeper and score the 3rd goal. So, you know, the thing with this Colombia team is that they may not be as exciting or as fast or as, you know, technical as the Uruguay team. They don't press the same way, but they are very organized and they are very effective at what they do. That is the main thing about this Colombia team, that they are very effective. That's why they have gone now 25 games unbeaten, because they know what to do to get results. So this team is incredibly well coached, incredibly well drilled. They have quality all over the pitch. And yeah, even though they may play slow at times, it's just very controlled, and it's very hard for teams to break down. And Colombia did what Brazil should have done to Costa Rica, because Costa Rica tonight, they didn't play bad, but they just got exposed because of their lack of quality, and Colombia were able to capitalize on that and win this game pretty comfortably.
Yeah, and I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing there. The Costa Rica goalkeeper. Why did he come out so? Yeah, that was so stupid. And yeah, Colombia, as you expect, they ran riot, and it probably could have been like 3 or 4. Probably could have been 4 or 5. Honestly, Colombia were just that good. Yeah, Sakura was just making save after save, and yeah, we all know from Costa Rica that they're pretty much defending for their life. So yeah, not really much to say. And for Colombia, man, I hope this team isn't just like, because I heard with Colombia is that whenever there's high expectation, they underperform. So I really hope they're just not like, I really hope they're just not going to falter, because I feel like this has probably been the best Colombian team I've seen since 2014 World Cup, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So I really hope this team doesn't like choke, because I think it's about time they make a final. It's been so long. When was the last time they made a final?
The last time they won it, 2001. The only time they won it. So yeah, it's 23 years.
Wow. When the likes of Peru have made the final, the likes of Chile have made the final, the likes of Colombia made the final. Colombia. Sorry, Chile, Peru. What other nations? Uruguay. I think that's pretty much it. And then, Brazil, Argentina. So, yeah. Yeah, for Costa Rica, man, thanks for coming. But you guys are still alive, Costa Rica. All you need to do is win your final game.
Yeah.
Technically. Win your final game against Paraguay by a 20-0 margin.
Yeah, something crazy. Because that is the main thing for Costa Rica. Like, had they lost this game 1-0, they had a bit of a more realistic scenario into the knockouts, but they tanked their goal difference. So now it's very hard.
Yeah, Paraguay as well. Paraguay. It likes the Paraguay. The fact that Paraguay has made the final more recently than Colombia is embarrassing. I'm sorry.
True. Actually true.
It's embarrassing. Colombia, man, it's embarrassing. So, and speaking of Paraguay, this is actually a good segue. Let's talk about this rank. I gotta say, Paraguay might be. Are they on fraud watch, or am I being a bit harsh on this one?
Listen, Paraguay, they've been on fraud watch for a while. Like, we've known with Paraguay for a while now that they just have so much trouble scoring goals, and that is no secret. I feel like the only good redemption that Paraguay used to have was that they were solid defensively, and today they didn't look solid defensively. It was always going to be hard going up against Brazil. Vini Jr. actually showed up, and when Vini shows up, it's very hard to stop. He is, if not the best, one of the best players in the world. So if he's having a good day, it was always going to be extremely difficult. But man, Paraguay got cooked on that left side. It was so tough to watch. And yeah, they made a few clumsy mistakes as well from the build-up play, for trying to clear the ball away, but it just didn't work out. And yeah, I think that fraud watch is harsh because they are pretty much confirmed frauds. I think, and I think this is Paraguay's level, and it's just sad to see because they do have some talent. Almiron and Enciso are the two guys that people know about, but people like Ramon Sosa, Gomez, both Gomez, like Gustavo Gomez and Diego Gomez are two guys that I rate. Villamil, Cubas, like these are good players, but it just doesn't click for the national team, and they are on a bit of a downward spiral. They're already eliminated from the Copa America. They seed 7th in World Cup qualifiers, which is technically the playoff spot. So like they may still make the World Cup even with this state that they're in, but it's incredibly tough. But you have to give props to Brazil because they were in a very complicated situation after that draw against Costa Rica. It could have tanked their morale, but they came in with a game plan, and their morale even stood tall after they missed that initial penalty. Vini had a great game. And after that, everyone followed along. Savinho even got a goal. Paquetá ended up scoring a penalty later on. He got an assist. But Alisson had to make a few saves. Everyone in the team ended up showing up after Vini led by example. So it was a very good effort, a team effort from Brazil. And now they are pretty much qualified to the quarterfinals. Even though it's not mathematically confirmed, it would need like a disaster for them to not qualify.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the stats here. You know what's actually crazy with Paraguay? Normally, I criticize them attacking-wise, but I actually think attacking-wise they were good. It's the defense that let them down. Because I'm sorry, 2 of those goals were terrible goals to concede. I believe it was the second and third. The second and third goals was disgraceful goals. You cannot concede those goals from those near positions.
Yeah. The second one, like a bad rebound from the keeper, and the defender is not able to clear it away. And the third one, like, oh my God, Alderete is just trying to hold on to possession and not clearing the ball away, and gets dispossessed by Vini. And those two were very, very bad.
Like, attacking wise, they actually did okay. I'm not going to fault them for that. Like,
yeah, it's just that they are not clinical. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, the defense was a major letdown, because honestly, if they had like lost like maybe like 2-1, then I wouldn't be as like I wouldn't be as like upset. Like if I was Paraguayan, I wouldn't be as upset. You know, it's just the defense, man. The defense let you down, and I don't know why, man. I was saying this on Ranks Watch Along. Why did Gustavo Gomez not start? Okay, to be fair, I'm using hindsight now because we were saying that before the game, so it was all right. But now, so Gustavo Gomez has to start the next game. And why is Miguel getting benched? So sad. So, yeah, I'm looking at other players in the reserves, man. I mean, those 2 players, Mateus Rojas, he should also be, isn't he also a starter as well?
He should be starting, in my opinion. He should be starting. He has the quality to be that number 10.
So, yeah, man, I don't know what the Paraguay coach is thinking, man. How long is he? How is this coach good, by the way, for Paraguay? Because I don't really know, to be honest. So,
well, not really. He's been for like, when did they sack Schelotto? I think on Matchday 2 of the qualifiers. So like he's been here for over a year now. But yeah, it's not like it's such a long stint.
Yeah. So yeah, for Paraguay, as I said, man, defensively trash, and Brazil showed up. Vinicius, man, you finally showed up for Brazil, because I'm sorry, if Vinicius had a stinker for the Copa America, he can forget the Ballon d'Or. We can forget the Ballon d'Or. You can forget all that. And because, like I said, I don't know if you agree with this. Last thing we'll say that before we round off and go to comments. Do you think it's more important to play better for your national team than club team? Because I think I heard HH actually talk about this video. I want to hear your opinion.
On what?
Like, is it better for you to be better for your national team than your club team?
Yeah. I think it's more respectable, because representing your nation is something different. When you're playing for a club, you are representing an entity. When you're playing for your national team, you're playing for a country. It's very, very different. So I think that if I had to choose be bad for one and be good for one, I would always choose be bad for club and good for country. Definitely. Yeah.
So, yeah, shout out to Vinicius. He got his 2 goals. And yeah, Vinicius, man, great performance from Brazil. And Alisson made some big saves in the second half. I believe he made some big saves in the second half. And Ciso had a great effort there. I think there's also some other chances. And yeah, for Brazil, as I said, the penalties were a bit harsh in my opinion. But even without the penalties, Brazil still would have won the game quite comfortably. So I feel like the penalties doesn't really change anything to me. Do you agree?
Yeah. No, it doesn't change the game. They were a bit harsh. The second one, I thought it was a penalty. The first one, no. I think it was a bit of divine justice that one was missed and the other was scored. But it was a bit harsh, but it doesn't change the outcome of the game. Like, either way, Paraguay would have needed to score a lot of their chances to even make up for the deficit.
So looking ahead to Matchday 3 for this group, it's now a battle of basically who's going to get that top spot. Is it going to be Brazil or is it going to be Colombia? For Colombia, all they need is a draw. And for Brazil, they have to win. They have to win. Matchday 3 have a lot of interesting storylines because Matchday 3 we got qualifications going on for Group A, Group B, Group C. At Group D, we have a battle for top spot. Well, technically Costa Rica could also qualify, but it's pretty unlikely. So
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go through some comments and then we're gonna round up, man. Jeez. Okay, let's see. I'm good as Vinny played today. It won't take away the fact he's okay. That's harsh.
Bro, the Neymar interview was crazy. Like,
Wow. Varzil. No, you can't say Varzil for today. The U.S. data Georgia made it farther to the Euros than the U.S. Oh my.
Yikes.
Well, to be fair, Euros does have third place. Maybe Copa America needs England. Okay, I'm joking. Oh, who knows, Brandon? Maybe we can still make the knockouts. You never know.
Yeah,
it's a slim chance. Yeah, as what is it called? Neymar said, 1% faith, 99%. Wait, what is it? What's that quote again?
Yeah, 1%. No, 1% chance, 99% faith.
Yes, that quote. Neymar, we actually need to get Neymar. Neymar, please play against. Oh, guys, I'm being shameless now, but okay. The Ronaldo fan talking. when I feel insecure about it, okay. Cool. You gotta be respectful. So they all say when I look at Ronaldo and Koulibaly. Please do you just like okay, sure. Of course, USA would be frauds if they lose to Uruguay. No, we'd be frauds if we get grouped.
Yeah.
Is like go to bed. No, my girl. Okay, left me. Eventually, USA can't be grouped just yet. I'm all done because I took our way. Like Brazil should have answered one of the top two. James Rodriguez cooking. So local, I can't show that. I got you. Okay. Is there any comments relevant? Because I want to go through one's relevant. Sorry.
No,
Paraguay made it. Paraguay made it 2011 without winning a game. Yeah. It's also crazy. Uruguay haven't made the semi since they won the Copa America. How bad is that for Uruguay? Do you think it's okay stuff, or do you think it's bad?
For Uruguay standards, it's pretty bad, but the competition is tough, and it's also like they haven't had the best generation, and they also had the coach overstayed his welcome, so like it's a bit understandable. Like you may have some slumps. For Uruguay standards, you should always be close to the top, I feel like.
And to be fair, they were unlucky some of those quarterfinals. I think they went on pens. I think
they went on pens. 2019, they went out on pens to Peru, and they had like 3 goals disallowed. It was like pretty crazy VAR on that game. And 2021, 2 penalties to Colombia. So like, yeah, it was so unlucky.
Yeah. What about 2015 and 2015 and 2016?
2015 was the one where they lost against Chile, where Cavani got sent off for like literally no reason. It was the one where who was it? It wasn't Isla, Jara who, on Cavani stuff. You guys go check the replay. I'm not going to say it. And 2016 was the one where they got grouped.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, 2016. 2016 getting grouped was embarrassing, man. Embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I actually forgot to mention this. Remember we did that top 10 flops thing? I don't know why we didn't mention that, but we probably should put Uruguay, at least in consideration. 2016. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's top 10. We'll have to go back and look at the list, but at least in consideration.
Yeah.
And maybe this one has to be in consideration too. USA getting grouped. Actually, if USA gets grouped in the Copa America, does that go in the top 10 flops?
No, it's not that bad. It's bad. It's not that bad. Come on, top 10.
The host nation, Panama, Bolivia.
No, I don't buy it.
I don't. I'll maybe we'll see. I'm not sure. Cool. Saviona dropped Rafinha out to the bench. When's the last time host nation got grouped in Copa? That's actually a good question, Rank. When was the last time? Do you actually know?
Host nation got grouped in the Copa. Man, you're killing me. I don't know. I actually don't know. It must have been a long time. I don't think Venezuela didn't get grouped in 2007 and Peru didn't get grouped in 2004. So, man, it must have been a long, long time. I'm not sure. Someone has to check that.
Has it ever happened before?
Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure it has happened before. But
USA, please don't do this. They save Rafinha for the big games. What do you think about that rank?
No. I think it's a tactical decision to actually start Savinho.
Yeah, I think that's cap. As we were, Paraguay's not good. Oh yeah, Paraguay's terrible. We're going to this stuff now. Paraguay gave away 2 penalties. Vinny tapping essentially. Uruguay's going to beat Brazil in the quarterfinals. Brazil comes second. That first Brazil team, man, Vinny cooked goal. I mean, yeah, that first goal from Vinny was good. Dino Suarez, Modric, Iniesta, Busi. He started the play. He finished the play similar to what Valverde did. Okay, let's see. Where are we? You used to be more weighted, so you never know. Same goes to Mexico. Uruguay is good, man. They never got tired, and Darwin Núñez is way better for his country. I'm calling right now. Uruguay's gonna win the Copa America. No one believes in the United States. I still do.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Joe Biden, man, can you give a speech to the players?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe that'll inspire the players. I go along with a liar. I got proof. You told Mexico would win. Haha. No, I'm delusional. O Station never. Wait. Wow.
So like never. Then wow. That's why I couldn't remember. Well, that's crazy.
Wow. USA, please don't make history. I repeat, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I beg of you. So what are your predictions of the teams that advanced in each group? Well, I'm going to do my predictions video. I was going to do it later today, but honestly, I'm getting tired, so I'll probably do in the morning. I'll probably do in the morning and then get it out for you guys early in the morning. So I'll do my Matchday 3 predictions. But Rank has already given his teams that it's got advancing. So let's just quickly go through. So, Rank, you got Argentina to advance from group. You got Argentina and Chile in that order, right?
Chile, yeah. I have Venezuela and Ecuador. I have Uruguay and Panama, and I have Colombia and Brazil.
Okay.
So I do, in fact, only have Panama from CONCACAF.
Oh, my jeez. And of all nations, of all CONCACAF nations, is Panama. That's that would be pretty interesting. Joe Biden's speech would be like, ole, ole, Panama. It's already 80, man. Well, yeah, I don't know, man. It would be so tough for me. Anyways, Rank, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. It's almost been 2 hours. I think it's time to wrap up. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Yeah. But thank you guys for joining, guys, especially in a late night stream. We got a good turnout. I didn't expect this many people to turn up, so we actually got a good, decent audience. And yeah, Rank. So, any thoughts from you before we head off? Any final thoughts from you?
It's been a very intense and dramatic match day 2. We've seen heartbreak. We've seen fantastic wins, brilliant goals, everything you could ask for from a tournament. Match day 3, it's going to define everything. Half of the teams will be going home. So that is the crazy and the magical thing about tournament football, national football. We're going to see who the 8 remaining are after next week. It's going to be intense.
Okay, I have an unpopular opinion. Group stage is actually the best part of international tournaments.
Well, you get to see everyone play. I guess that's the positive part.
Yeah. 3 times. So, yeah. I mean, I like the knockouts too. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the group stage is special. You get to see how all the national teams do. You see how it's like, and so yeah. Anyways, we'll probably just again on. Let me see when does Matchday 3 end. Matchday 3, I think, ends on Tuesday night. I don't think I could do on Tuesday night. Maybe we'll do on Wednesday. I guess maybe we'll do something on Wednesday. For the Copa America. We'll probably do like early in the day so we could get the European audience to join in. Yeah, I can't do Tuesday because I got to work the next day. So luckily, Matchday 2 ended on a Friday, so that's nice. Yes. So unfortunately, Matchday 3 will not be like that. So, but maybe it's actually better. We do it on a Wednesday. So, yeah. All right, last couple of comments before we head out. Low, we're going to bed earlier. Or Switzerland versus Italy. Yeah, that game. Yeah, I got to see that game. Low. All right. I think we'll round up here, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. Please remember to like and subscribe. And also remember, guys, to check out Rank's channel, guys. I think I mentioned him on the title, so you guys can check it out. I also left the link in the description below. I already put the timestamps for you guys, so once I end the stream, the timestamps will be there. So, yeah. Like I said, guys, hope you guys did enjoy. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.